Bill Bruford. En hij speelde een stuk van Max Roach, de beroemde slagwerker, die al ook meerdere malen, gelukkig maar, Nederland aan heeft gedaan. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, you just played a piece of Max Roach. How was that written down? Is it?
Well, it's oral, actually.
It's oral.
You can transcribe it, but it's just off a record. It's called Self-Portrait.
Yeah. Well,
And it's a really nice piece because it just has this, what we call groove, and then there's a little call section, very African in style. Boom, 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 boom. Then there's a little improvisation. And then typically you would come back to the groove and the call at the end.
Yes. I have just listened yesterday night to your beautiful record of Earthworks.
Oh.
What a good saxophone player is
Yes,
Ian Bellamy.
Yeah.
My God.
Young Englishman.
Is he young? Yeah.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
Very, very good.
All these people are painfully young. It's
Yeah.
dreadful, isn't it?
You are still playing with a group?
Yes, I am. I'm in several groups, as is typical of a freelance drummer as myself. Most of the time I'm in King Crimson, which is the main band I'm in. But I also run Earthworks on the side. And I've just recently been playing here in the Netherlands with the World Drum Ensemble.
Amundsen, yes. I like to listen a little bit to number 2 of this record. It's Up North.
Up North, yes.
You composed it with the three of you.
That's right, yes. Up North refers to the north of England, which has a very strong coal mining tradition. And where there are coal mines, there are brass bands. So the melody is very like an English country melody involving brass bands, so hence Up North.
And I chose this because I think there are many jazz influences again in this piece.
It is absolutely, it's a jazz group.
Yeah,
really.
I have to search it. I have to start first and then one.
They make these
two.
knobs so small these days,
Yeah,
don't they?
there they are.
Electronic drums.
Electronic drums, yes. And you show it me later.
Shall we dance?
Yeah, it's very good bass player. The other one is...
It's a E-flat tenor horn. Unusual. It's a little like a small baby euphonium.
It sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it's a little like a valve trombone.
But it's a really jazz theme, isn't it?
Yeah, with an English influence, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it would have been written by American jazz musicians.
No, I think so.
And Earthworks partly existed to try to bring some English influences into jazz.
Yeah. Oh, we can listen a little bit.
It's a live recording from a club in New York.
I have heard it. You are still, in some pieces, you are playing brushes. There are ballads on the piece also.
Mallets, brushes, certainly. The mallets may have come from my electronic kit, actually. But it's hard to tell these days what is what.
Yeah, oh yes, yeah. Well, I like to go a little bit to the past, because is there still any relation with the music you played in jazz?
Absolutely, I think a drummer such as myself takes my influences from everywhere. It can be Africa, but it can also be jazz or rock. In fact, drummers like me, I think, are expected to cover all these things, really. But I grew up as a young guy, I grew up with jazz. And love jazz, always have done. I'm primarily a jazz player.
But then the first group you played in, I think, really the big group was jazz. Why was that? Why didn't you choose to be a jazz player for all the time?
Well, because in London in 1968, if you wanted some excitement, you joined a rock group, which was full of jazz players. I mean, Jimi Hendrix had Mitch Mitchell playing the drums, who was influenced by Elvin Jones. Rock was the place that was exploding. Jazz at the time was in a backwater.
That was true. That was the same in Holland,
too.
too.
Making rather an unpleasant little political stand of squeaky noises.
That's true.
No.
Yeah, that was what the time of the free
Right,
jazz.
right. Time of the free jazz, but in rock it felt you could do anything. And Yes was a rock group. Anyway, I thought it was going to be a jazz group.
Yeah. Perhaps it's good to listen a little bit to the record. Let me put this off. So, it's, well, you must know this famous record.
Ah, yes.
Close to the edge.
Close to the veg, as it
Yeah.
became known.
So perhaps you can talk about arranging and things, but let's listen to this part. I hope it works.
Well, hey. Wow. Who are those guys? Oh, please. Please. Enough of this now. Wow. Wasn't that cute?
Yeah, cute.
Very cute.
There you.
Wow.
Well,
It's
that
better
was,
without the haircut. I better. What do you think?
It's much better now. Yes.
Yeah.
About the arrangement, how did it work? Did you work together then, or was it one who wrote the arrangements?
No. Nobody could write music in that particular group apart from the keyboard player, Rick Wakeman.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he played on this. Did Rick Wakeman play? Yeah. Rick Wakeman. So we did have a real musician in the group, but the rest of us were kind of rock and rollers. But we had a little more technique than the average band, you know, and so we applied some of that to the music. And a lot of people hated that, of course.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought that their three-chord rock music was being spoilt by overeducated art school monsters like us.
They call it symphonic rock. What was symphonic on it?
Oh, well...
Was it the way, just what we heard? There's also a piece, I don't, on this record, I think, where they used a big organ.
Yeah, sure. Well, big organs, and of course it was the beginning of synthesizers, and a machine called the Mellotron, which enabled the band to get a big size to it. You know, and we could arrange parts and secondary lines and counterpoint and things. So it became known as symphonic or orchestral rock.
And it was also
silly, really.
it was also the time that you used the electronic drums already, or not?
No, they hadn't invented them then. This is a long time ago. This is 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That's all new, that stuff.
But there are kind of electronic sounds. Was that tape or what was it? What I hear?
Yes, correct. That's a tape insert. That's a guy turning on a tape machine.
Yeah. So that works too, I think.
Yes, sure. We did all sorts of things, but not electronic drums.
No. I'd like to go to your electronic
certainly.
drums. So that is what you're also using now in King Crimson, isn't it?
This is correct, yes. I used this particular set, certainly.
So, what is it all about? There is a kind of machine.
Well, yeah, this is a computer here.
Yeah.
And the point of the computer is not that it should play the drums. You know, I still play the drums, but the computer stores a lot of sound. And it can keep any, what they call samples of drum sounds, or samples of any sound.
Yeah.
Samples of your voice, for example. And all the computer does is assign it to pads in any configuration that I want. That configuration is called a drum kit. And you can have 16 drum kits on screen. I have
this is
4
a pad,
on screen.
isn't it?
This is called a pad, yeah.
Ja. Dat wordt dus de pad genoemd in het Engels.
It makes different sounds depending where you play it.
So now it sounds like a vibraphone, but you can...
yeah, a little bit, yeah. Now it's a drum.
More an African drum.
Well, you see it's very sensitive too.
Yeah. So you can change the pitch and everything with it.
Sure, you can change the pitch depending on where you hit the drum.
Oh, that's very important
You
when
know,
you do it
of
like
course.
that.
So velocity is important, but also where you hit it is very important too.
Yeah, and when you play this, this is like acoustic.
These are acoustic drums. These are electronic drums, and I blend them together sometimes.
And you blend them together.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
That's right.
I think we have to go on, and
Okay.
you will play now a more,
Well,
let me say, electronic play.
Yes,
so you show
I'll
everybody.
play you something on the pads which will show you 2 or 3 different setups of drum kits. And I can move quickly between them and change the entire configuration of the pads very quickly.
I will listen to it. I thank you very much that you were here,
Pleasure.
Bill.
Pleasure.
Ja, we zijn er alweer doorheen vandaag. Volgende week zijn we er weer om dezelfde tijd. En hier is voor het laatst Bill Bruford. Thank you very much.